loosen up your tag team skills because it's time for the tag team premiere of Chao Racing 2018 from Louisville, Kentucky. And here's the man who will help you get your tag team spirit, Mr. Brandon Shines. And hello, this is Louisville. Are you ready for some tag team action? Yes, we are. And hello, dear fans at home. Well, this week is week 3, and we promise you our tag team premiere will be an exciting one. If you have seen the tag team championship a few weeks ago, it was pretty exciting indeed, and we hope to keep it up for this season. So, Paul, tell us who we are for the first race of the tag team play. Alright, Brandon, we're going to kick off the tag team play for the 2018 season. For race number 4, we have J.J. Niedermeyer, Oliver Jones, taking on Ralph Dennis, and the computer wizard Peter Foles. As usual, our races will be held on the yellow course, and it's time to start the whole journey for the tag team all over again. So, let's make this first race an instant classic. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Okay, there goes the first 4 superstars sitting on the line. 2 tag teams, as a matter of fact, as they make their way towards the rainbow path and into the palm trees. Right now, J.J. Niedermeyer is off to a very good start. He's going to check the palm trees, and now he's going to eat the fruit. And there he goes, best thing down the line. Can anybody catch up to J.J. Niedermeyer in a hurry? We'll soon know in the only one. As the first superstar gets Beavers on our tag team premiere on Chao Racing 2018 is none other than Ralph Dennis. And it looks like Oliver Jones is going to rest. That means he is going to be left behind in the competition for a while. So now he has a lot of catching up to do in a hurry. Oliver Jones really needs a lot of catching up from the crowd. He is going to take a chance at a handful of water as Beavers number 2 in this race will be by number 1, who's trying hard number 8 hurry. And look at that. Oliver Jones has made a shortcut. He paid off. But guess who else took a shortcut? It's Ralph Dennis. That's who. He took a shortcut first before him. So Ralph Dennis will come in on the lead as the next appearance will be made by number 2, who dominates over the 4th of the challenge come 1. By now it is number 7A, who are getting left behind as we pass the 1 minute mark into the deciding race. And who will get the next one? We're about to find out right now. It is going to be number 1 who gets it. That makes it the second speed bus in the race. He currently leads number 7A in the dust. Meanwhile, Ralph Dennis has a commanding lead over Oliver Jones on come 1. Can Oliver Jones make a comeback here? We'll find out soon enough. Next Speeders belongs to J.J. Niedermeyer. He had the upper hand for a while, but now he gave away the lead to Ralph Dennis after he took a shortcut. Right now it is number 8, who really needs help every now and then. Number 7 seems like he needs help as well. Which one will get the next command, to be honest? It's going to be number 7 who gets in. So he will be number 8 in dead meat all the way back and back. Back up in front, Ralph Dennis is getting tailgated by Oliver Jones. Ralph Dennis trying to do his best to defend the lead over Oliver Jones and J.J. Niedermeyer, who's also catching up to them in a hurry. As the computer wizard Peter Foles takes the next command from us, it looks like his team is going to have come in on the win because Ralph Dennis has defended the lead over Oliver Jones in a hurry. Looks like Oliver Jones won't have enough distance to catch up to Ralph Dennis in time. As number 2 takes another turn, making his second speed of the race, Ralph Dennis lifts Peter Foles to the first win on the 2018 tag team play. Number 8 can just forget about this race. He is going home. And that's going to do it for this first race. So the winners of this first race of the tag team season are Ralph Dennis and Peter Foles. That's right, congratulations on the first victory of the season. And there's more time coming out. We're just getting started. Do not go away. And now, race number 2. Okay, race number 2 will feature Casey Ramerson and Carl Tanner against the Atlantic City Gambler title force and Chip Suve, a rookie class rookie from the 2018 Rookie Class Seniors. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the race. Here we go. And this one should be a dandy no matter who wins this one. Right now, the four are going to make their way towards the palm trees. And they're going to bring down that coconut shake fruit. And it looks like Casey Raymondson is going rest. That means he is going to be left behind in the competition for a while. The other three are going to eat the fruit. And there goes Chip Silver. He is going to have coming out of the lead up in the front, trying to defend the lead for the moment as he heads towards the bridges. And it looks like he's going to be heading for the water as Casey Raymondson, who went to rest for a while, takes the only toss for his face. And right now, number one is going to rest. And it looks like Carl Tanner is going to rest. So he's going to have a lot of catching up to do after he wakes up from his nap, trying to gamble for his hands. We'll see what happens as Casey Raymondson, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, opens this one up with back-to-back speed rest. And now Tyler Foltz is going to rest, so he is going to be left behind in the competition over at the bridges. Tyler Foltz really needed to get a lot of speed rest if he wants to get back in this one. But right now, all eyes are on Casey Raymondson as he opens this one up with 3 consecutive speed rests. And guess which two Chao has to consider a shortcut? It's number 2 who's in the lead, and I do believe Carl Tanner has to take a shortcut as well. Yep, but it's number 2 who currently leads over Carl Tanner come on as we pass the 1 minute run time race. The next speed rest we made by Tyler Foltz, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. I think he needs more help. Meanwhile, Carl Tanner is safely in second place ahead of Chip Silver. I don't think Chip Silver won't stand a chance of catching up to Carl Tanner in time. Looks like he's going to win this one, no matter if he beats out number 2 or not. He's going to win this one for sure. Back to Tyler Foltz we go. And it looks like Casey Raymondson tossed for more, so Tyler Foltz will have a little bit of catching up to do. That makes 2 more bites in a row. All speed runs are consecutive so far, as number 1 continues to fight for dear life, and number 8 toss for more. As the next speed runs we made by Casey Raymondson. That makes his 4th speed runs in the race. I think his team is going to be happy with the result. Yep, his team is going to win this one, even though he has to be left behind in the competition. Well, number 2 has defended the lead over Carl Tanner, but Carl Tanner should still dominate over Chip Silver for second place, as Tyler Foltz takes his first speed runs of the race. Looks like his team won't be able to catch up to Carl Tanner in time. Casey Raymondson is going to celebrate an easy victory this week, as number 2 will wind up in first place. By the way, we're excited. Carl Tanner eases out Chip Silver to win this one with second place, as Casey Raymondson, who's happy in the result, takes a 5th speed run of the race. He is going to make his way towards the movie course real quickly. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed run on this race. And it will be made by, look at this, Tyler Foltz. That makes his 4th speed run race. It's all about Casey Raymondson and Tyler Foltz for the entire speed bus, but it's Carl Tanner who leads Casey Raymondson towards the victory this time. That's right, and coming up we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. And next, who do you have again, Paul? Race number 3 will feature the 2016 Rising Stars champion Joshua Salmore and his partner Zach Allison, taking on Max Sandisberg and Jersey Devil John Stevenson. He used to team up with Charlie Pickles becoming the Dynamite of Destruction, but now he has to set up with Max Sandisberg. Let's see how they will fare in the only one. And they're off and running! So which team will come on top in this one? We'll find out soon enough as the 4 and John make their way towards the rainbow path, and it looks like number 2 is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd. And right now the 4 and John making their way towards the palm trees, and it looks like Joshua Salmore pauses for more, and I think Master Alexander's by pausing too. Okay, right now the Chow are going to eat the fruit, and there goes John Stevenson and Zach Allison. These 2 Chow were battling for the lead up in the front, and it looks like a couple of silver Chow are going to rest. That means they're going to drop down a couple places there. And who will get the winning toss this time? As our Chow head for the water, it is going to be Max Sandisberg who will get the winning toss for this race. And right now, guess who is getting left behind in the competition? All the way in the back of the bridges. it's number 1 who is fighting for dear life, all by himself. But it's the Jersey Devil, John Stevenson, who have control of Speedbus number 2 for this race. Right now, it is Joshua Salmore, the 2016 Rising Stars champion, who's in the lead ahead of his partner Zach Allison, making his way towards the top of the hill and into the sapphire portion of the course. As the next Speedbus we may buy, number 7. And right now, it looks like John Stevenson is correct. That means he's been to drop down a couple of places due to that nap. And we have passed the 1 minute mark in second race. And number 1 really needs help, and he will with the next command Speedbus. I think he needs a lot more help than that. But not right now, but maybe later. Meanwhile, Joshua Salmore is still trying to defend the lead over his partner, Zach Arson. He's actually guarding Zach Arson for the lead. But here comes Max Sanders with the second Speedbus. He's trying to make a statement in the early one. Will he do the job done? We'll find out soon enough. And poor number 1 really needs some more Speedbus. But I think he is going to be left behind for a long time. Yep. Next Speedbus belongs to John Stevenson, the Jersey Devil himself. That makes his second Speedbus in the race. And right now, Joshua Salmore has reached the top of the wall. Now making his way past the waterfall, trying to maintain a lead as he heads for the home stretch. And who got the next one? It is Max Sanders. That makes his first Speedbus in the race. And right now, a couple of Silver Chow on board rest by the time point, including number 1, who's just going to rest right now. As the next Speedbus we may buy, number 7, who leads numbers 2 and 1 in the dust. And right now, Joshua Salmore is going to defend his lead over flying John Stevenson at the home stretch. Here's good selling another victory, folks. Joshua Salmore is the winner in this race. Here's the Zach Arson for the victory this week. As number 2, wow, the next command Speedbus, and that was enough to take the lead over the 4th of Chao. Good firing really by number 2. Poor number 1 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. So that does it. Joshua Salmore is now at 2 and 1. That's why he's done a pretty good job, and there's more coming up after these messages. Alright, now that we're back from our commercials, it's time for more about Tag Team Premier for our week 3 session in Louisville, Kentucky. So Paul, you know what to do. Tell us what next. I exactly know what to do. Race number 4 will feature the Golden Star Master Gary Dayton and 100 wins F1 Kingsley versus Raymond Hill, the fastest runner of the spring half of the season, and Michael Creighton, one of the rookies from the senior class league a long time ago. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Here we go, and this should be a good one. And there goes Raymond Hill, busting down the line, making his way towards the palm trees real fast. And now he has brought down the coconut fruit, and now he's going to eat the fruit. He has eaten the fruit, and there he goes, busting down the line. He is going to leave the opponents, and right now the other 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit, and it looks like F1 Kingsley is dancing to the beat. So he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. A couple of Silver Chao still waiting to eat, and it looks like one Silver Chao decided to dance to the beat, so they're going to be left behind in the competition all the way back. As F1 Kingsley, the Hard-Train Master, wins the wing toss for his face, but he decided to fly over the bridges. Yep, that was a costly mistake. And it looks like number 8 is going to rest, and it looks like number 7 is going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain some ground after being left behind in the competition for a while. As number 2 takes Speedbus number 2 of this race, trying to lead over the 4th Silver Chao in a hurry. Right now it is Raymond Hill, who has made it to the top of the hill, and now entering the sapphire portion of this emerald course. As we head back into number 2, he was resting for a while, but now he's trying to regain control of the lead over the 4th Silver Chao. Poor number 8, meanwhile, as we pass the 1 minute mark side race, poor number 8 is getting all last place. Well, he's going to not get Speedbus anytime soon, because number 7, well, the next command Speedbus. Now he's trying to lead on the 4th Silver Chao and Gary Dayton. And back with fun, Raymond Hill is safely in the lead, climbing up the wall with no opponents to worry about. As number 7, who now dominates over the 4th Silver Chao, takes back Max Beavers. That makes it 2 in a row bites in a row for numbers 2 and number 7 respectively. And poor number 8 really needed to get a lot of Beavers in a hurry. But I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe not this one, but maybe next one. Next Beavers belongs to the Gunstar Master Gary Dayton. Well, he's going to need a lot of catching up to do. Right now, Raymond here is trying to wrap things up as he enters the home stretch. As number 8 finally gets a wish to get a speed bus. But he's still in the last place behind the back. And right now, it is Michael Creighton who's trying to defend second place over the hard shake with F1 Kingsley. As Garrett Dayton takes his second speed bus to the race, it looks like Michael Creighton will safely defend second place over F1 Kingsley. Yep, he's going to win this one short. As his partner, Raymond Hill, lifts Michael Creighton towards an easy victory. That was a good example of teamwork for those two guys. As Garrett Dayton, sad with a loss, gets back to Max Beavers. That's always next time for Garrett Dayton indeed. Anyway, Raymond Hill is now at 3-0. He's off to a big start in his 2018 return season. And it looks like poor number 8, who desperately need a lot of speed bus, will get the last speed bus on the race. That makes it second speed bus on the race, and Raymond Hill and Michael Creighton can celebrate. That's right, they're off to a pretty good start in their dream season. Let's find out how they will fare in the rest of the season. Well, there we are. Back in the pit, do not go away. And now we continue with Chao Racing 2018's tag team premiere for week 3. Tell us what we have next. Race number 5 will feature Gary Coles and Buster DeJabo taking on Jeff Narris and Frank Fernandao. There's a look at the lineup for this next portion of the segment for this week's schedule. And it's best of luck to the 4th Chao on the quest for victory. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Here we go. And right now the 4th Chao making their way towards the rainbow path, which is covered from blue to violet purple. Dark blue to violet purple as a matter of fact. And now they're at the palm trees that will bring down the coconut shaped fruit. And the fans are on their feet cheering on for our superstars on our tag team premiere. And they're going to eat the food. And it looks like Jeff Narris is dancing to the beat. That means Gary Coles and Buster DeJabo will have a 2-1 advantage, as the first superstar against Beepus is number 1. And look at that. He went a little bit now, and look at that. Frank Fernandao is going to rest, which means Gary Coles and Buster DeJabo will have full control of the upper hand for the moment. And right now, number 7 Chao is going to rest. So he's better to join the other 7 Chao in a hurry. As Speedbus number 2 in this race, will be made by Buster DeJabo, one of the newcomers for Chao Racing 2018. He's trying desperately to get his first win of his career. Right now it is Jeff Narris, who is made to the other side of the water, and now he has control of the lead. As Gary Coles, who is safely in 3rd place, while the next command viewers, Frank Fernandao, meanwhile, is getting left behind from the other Symmetry in a hurry. He is in dead meat in last place behind the others in a hurry. And looks like he needs a lot of catching up to do. But right now, let's head back to Buster DeJabo. He gets his second speed bus of the race, and now he's catching up to Jeff Narris in a hurry. Watch out, Jeff Narris. You got Buster DeJabo right on their tail. Anyway, we just passed the 1 minute mark not just a few moments ago. And let's find out who will get the next command speed bus. And that next speed bus will be made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. That should move up a couple places that time. And number 7 pauses for one, so now he is better to drop down to last place over the HR in the convoy. Now he needs a lot of help. Number 2 and Frank Fernandao also really needs help to get back in this one in a hurry. They're getting left behind the competition, but let's head back to number 8. And now he's fighting with number 1 for the lead over the 4 Silver Chao and Frank Fernandao. Meanwhile, Jeff Narris and Buster DeJabo have reached the top of the hill, and they're both going to rest. Well, they're still going to battle for the lead no matter what happens. And who will get the next command speeders? It's Buster DeJabo. That makes his first speeders to race. And Gary Coles is going to rest, which means he's better to drop down a couple of places to that nap. Now he has a lot of catching up to do in a hurry. And who got the next one? It is Jeff Narris, trying to make one last effort to stay alive as they approach home stretch. but I do believe Buster the Jumbo is going to hold on for an easy victory. His team had the upper hand at the start of the race, and it looks like his team's going to pay off that strategy this week. As number 2, we'll have the next Commanders viewers, and it looks like Buster the Jumbo has this race all around done, ladies and gentlemen. Buster the Jumbo lives Gary Coles towards the victory over Jack Nellis and Frank Valentine. So Buster the Jumbo and Gary Coles are both on board. Buster the Jumbo gets his first win of his career. Well done by these two Chow. As number 8 will get his first speed buzz in the race, and he dominates over the 4-7 Chow at the very end. Poor number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever, as he finishes just behind Frank Valentine in last place. So, Buster the Jumbo lifts Gary Coles towards the victory. That's right, and we'll present on 6th race in just a little bit, but first let's hear one from this sponsor. And we'll be halfway there at the race number 6 for our tag team premiere here on Chao Racing 2018, and I do believe some interesting rivals are finally decided to team up for once. That's right, Albion Cena and his young brother Danielle Heaton are teaming up to form the Steel Drive this season. Wow, these two Chow are finally teaming up for once. Let's see how they will fare for this season. This month they'll be taking on Derek DePlay and Joe Rafferty. Right now, let's send him down to the lineup in just a moment. And right now he has a look at the lineup as we hand it back to the course once again. And here we go. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And let's have a Chao race. Okay, there goes the Steel Drive, Derek DePlay and Joe Rafferty making their way towards the palm trees, heading into the Rainbow Path. And right now, the 4 Chow are going to make their way towards the palm trees. They're going to shake down to bring down that coconut shake fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Derek DePlay and Danielle Heaton. These 2 Chow are bowing for the lead up in front. The other 2 Chow decide to dance to the beat. And who got the winning toss this time? It is Al Heaton Sr., the Steel Drive. That's who. He needs a lot of catching up to do, and he got it. Right now it is number 7, who's dancing to the beat back in the palm trees, so he's going to be right behind the competition for a very long time. And right now the number 7 is getting right behind, and he is expected to take the water as number 2, while Steve was number 2 in this race. And guess who took a shortcut? It's Heaton Sr. of the Steel Drive! He is making Danielle Heaton proud this week. He looks like he might get his first win of his 2018 season, and so will Danielle Heaton if he keeps this up. What a deal! And who got the next chance to be it's Derek DePlay. He was battling with Danielle Heaton for a while, but now he has a lot of catching up to do. Joe Rafferty also really needs to catch up to do. Danielle Heaton, on the other hand, is making Danielle Heaton Sr. proud as he makes his way towards the wall up in the very front. And right now it is number 8 who have the next command PUS. Now trying to lead the L Silver Challenge does. He is left behind the competition. Number 7 is way behind the competition. But guess who really is way behind after he passed 115? It's number 1, that's who. But back to number 8 we go. And now he's catching up to number 2 for the lead. I'm going to force Silver Chow. Meanwhile, now his Senior is making his way towards the top of the hill. And it looks like he's going to rest. But he's still expected to have a huge lead over his opponent to the Cowboy. I do believe he is going to lead Danielle Heaton to the first win of the 2018 season. Yeah, no doubt about it in this one. Next PS belongs to number 1. He finally gets help, but he's still in last place. I highly doubt he'll get any more PS1. And right now the other 3 opponents are going to rest, which means he will have a lot of catching up, a lot of room to go ahead at the very front. And number 8 will get a first speed bump on this base. And look at that. Number 2 is going to rest, so now he will lean over the 4 Silver Chow with 5th place. And right now Daniel here is chewing on Heaton Sr. as he heads towards the goal line. I don't think he'll be able to catch up in a hurry. Yep, the other team's not going to catch up in a hurry. As Daniel he will get his next few as a race. Argentina lifts him towards the victory. The Steel Fly prevail over Derek DePlank and Joe Racing. 1-0. And we have just enough time for one more speed on this race, and it will be made by number 2. Good job taking the lead over 4 Search at the end. So the Steel Fly won, the teamwork worked. Let's see how the rest of the season will fail. Back for the second half after a halftime break after this. Do not go away. Okay, we're back from our halftime break. We're going to do a couple more races for Thursday's portion of the taping process. That's right, the first event for race number 7 will feature the Go-Getters 2.0, who had a solid season in the 2017 season last year. They made up of Vicky Nelson and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington, as you probably all know earlier. Tonight they'll be taking on Corey Sanchester and Adrian Jenna, all prepped up and ready to go. And you know that this race will feature the Golden Chow. Whenever Chow has 1900 or more points on all 4 of their main stats, that is when the Golden Chow will occur as the computers. We have 2 Chow with that range, and this is one of them. Let's see how they will fare in the only one. And they're off and running. So who's going to win this one? Which team will be fortunate enough to secure the victory? We'll find out soon enough as the 2 teams and the 4 Golden Chow make their way towards the Rainbow Path. Now approaching the palm trees. And as we always say with each and every week here on Chao Racing 2018, remember this bomb we always say, anything can happen. Anything can happen, and the Chao Racing universe is the motto for this series. And right now, guess who's getting the opening toss for this race? It's number 1 who gets the opening toss, and it looks like number 2 is going to rest, so he's going to join Vicky Nelson of the Go-Getters 2.0 for D-Life all the way in the back. And Vicky Nelson is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind in the competition. As number 8, One Control Speeders number 2, and guess who took a shortcut? Yes, sir! Adrian Jenna's going to lead Corey Sanchester and his team towards the lead ahead of the Go-Getters 2.0 after a wonderful shortcut scheme. Let's see how he will fare in the rest of the track as we head back into number 8. Now trying to catch up to our lead of the Golden Chow, number 7. Adrian Jenna paid off his shortcut strategy, and now he's making his way to the wall. As we approach the 1 minute mark of the race, he is going to lead anyone using victory. As his partner, Corey Sanchester, takes the next command because he is cheering on Adrian with all his heart and spirit. Poor Vicky Nelson, meanwhile, is getting all alone in last place. But let's head back to Corey Sanchester. Not much that time, but I know he's going to be smiling today because Adrian Jenna is almost at home stretch. I don't think either one of the Go-Getters 2.0 will be able to catch up to him in a hurry. Well, Vicky Nelson will finally get a speed rest, but he will still be way behind in the competition. And his partner, Rusty Instant Replay Jackington, is going to wrestle over a couple of Golden Chow. Well, that's always the rest of the season for the Go-Getters 2.0. And another speed burst by Corey Sanchester, making his first speed burst of the race. His team is going to get an easy mid-range thanks to his shortcut scheme. As Vicky Nelson takes another turn, Adrian Jenna leads Corey Sanchester towards victory. So Corey Sanchester and Adrian Jenna get a win on our board. They're taking the first step towards the 2019 Tag Team Championship dreams. What a deal. As number 2, we're on the next class speeders, trying to lead number 7 and 8 in the dust. Number 1's going to come in an easy second place. Let's see Instant Jackington while to sell for 3rd place. Corey Sanchester is going to celebrate with victory. He comes in 4th place on the rest of the pack. And I do believe Vicky Nelson will probably get the last couple of speeders for this race. Yep, he really needs to finish his race. That's one of those speeders, and the second speeder should be very shortly run about now. And there it is. Vicky Nelson will close this one out with back-to-back speeders as he finishes the race in last place. Alright, Corey Sanchester and Adrian Jenna, give yourself a hand. You got the victory this month. That's right, let's see if they can do it again next month. We'll be right back with more after we hear word from this sponsor. And now let's close our Thursday TV session with race number 8. That's right, and for race number 8, we have those wonderful dazzling aces, John Miller and Fred Harrison, taking on Steve Greenman and Ramon Shorty, representing the Luck of the Irish. Everyone is all set, and they are on the clock. So from all of us here on Chao Racing 2018, the staff and the fans, we wish them all the best for the forthcoming season of the tag team play. Let's have a Chao race! And there we go, bursting down the line. As the two teams make their way towards the rainbow path. The Lucky Irish was the runner-up in the 2016 Tag Team Championships. This year they promise to go all the way if they get a couple of wins for the season. Okay, so the 4 Chao going to chase the palm trees and stealing man standing to the beat. But there goes Ramon Shorty. He is going to be heading towards the bridges. Is he going to stay on the bridges, or is he going to have fun water? He's going to head to the water, that's too. So now he will try to gain some ground on the water. As the first superstar gets beat on this exciting race is John Miller of the Dazzling Aces. He is the youngest brother of the 3 Miller traders. And right now, number 2 is going to rest. And I think, yep, someone else took a shortcut. As John Miller opens this one up with back-to-back speedruns. It is Steve Wingman who took a shortcut, and it's Fred Harrison who took a shortcut also. Right now, it is Steve Wingman who currently leads over Fred Harrison up in the front. As the next speedruns we made by number 1, who's trying to catch up a little bit. Now it's battling with number 7 for 6th place. Right now, as we pass the 1 minute mark, poor number 8 is getting left behind. He is trying to desperately to catch up with numbers 1 and 7 in a hurry. And number 7 pauses for 1. So now he will drop down to last place. As number 2, who dominates over the 4 Super Chao, takes an extra SPS, he can say farewell to the outside Chao for now. Right now it's Steve Wingman trying to hold on Fred Harrison after these 2 Chao took a shortcut after being left behind for Ramon Shorty and John Miller. And it looks like Steve Wingman is going. So that means Fred Harrison will have a little bit of catching to do. As John Miller will get enough speed bumps on his face. Oh boy, Fred Harrison better hurry up. He doesn't want to settle a loss to Steve Wingman and Ramon Shorty of the Lucky Irish. And guess who's finally getting some help? It's number 8, Datsu. That was enough to make the pass at numbers 1 and 7. Up in the back. And back up in front. Fred Harrison, it looks like he's not going to make a statement here, folks. Nope, I don't think so. As John Miller will take a 4 speed out of the race, it looks like Steve Wingman is going to hold on for the lead over Fred Harrison. So the Lucky Irish is going to take the first step towards the 2019 championship dreams. As number 7 takes the next speed bus, the Lucky Irish prepare over the Dazzling Aces, with Steve Wingman beating out Fred Harrison towards the goal line. Ramon Shorty can be smiling today. He is going to get in the win this one. As the last speeders of this exciting race will be made by number 1, making his second speeders of the race as he battles with number 8 for survival. So the Lucky Irish prevails. That's right, they're starting on track to becoming the 2019 Tag Team Champions, back for Friday night's taping action after this. So don't touch your dial, we'll be right back. Alright, it's now time for Friday's portion of our taping process, and we will feature a couple of rematches from past championships. So here's an example of what Paul is going to say. Paul, take it away. Okay, for race number 9, we have a rematch of the 2014 Tag Team Championship, featuring Antonio Bennett and Chris Steiner of the Classic Go-Getters against that year's champs, Jason Hill and Nick Dimmick. Let's send them down back to the M1 course as the team goes in the line for this race. It's been a while since these two teams battle against each other, and now the rivalry is going to continue this week. Everyone is on the clock, so best of luck to all of the players, and please start the race! Okay, there goes the Classic Go-Getters, and Jason Hill and Nick Dimmick pressing down the rainbow path as the fans are on their feet cheering on. And right now, the two teams are making their way towards palm trees, and it looks like Nick Dimmick was going to rest along with number 2. So these 2 Chao will be left behind the competition. Right on the other 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit, and there they go. They're going to make their way towards the bridges. Will they head for the water or stay track for the bridges? We're about to find out in just a moment or two. It looks like they're all heading for the water, along with number 8. As the first of the side gets Beepus is the Gimmick, who went to rest for a while, now trying to catch him in a hurry. And right now, guess who's getting left behind in the competition? It's number 7, Natsu. Where is he heading toward next? He is going to be heading towards the bridges, trying to get back on track. As number 1 will have control of Speed Bus number 2, and look at that. Jason Hill and one of the Silver Challenge going to rest, so number 1 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Currently in the lead, it is Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, followed by Antonio Bennett of the Classic Go-Getters. As Nick Gimmick will get a second Speed Bus on this race, now trying to make the pass for number 2 for 6th place. For number 7 really needs a Speed Bus. As we pass the 1 minute mark into the side race, Horn number 7 doesn't want to be left behind in the competition. He really needs to get back in this one. But who really got the next command BS? It is going to be number 2 who's saying sayonara to Poor Nip Gimmick in 6th place. Poor Nip Gimmick. Meanwhile, back up in front, Chris Schneider is trying to defend the lead over Jason Hill, who's battling with number 1 in the current one. Let's see if the Go-Getters, the Classic Go-Getters, can hold on to an easy victory. Next BS belongs to Antonio Bennett of the Classic Go-Getters. Now catching up to Jason Hill. I think they might have the upper hand in the current one. Poor Nick Gimmick at number 2 instead of really need a lot of Speed Bus. Which one of them got the next command Speed Bus? It's Nick Gimmick. That makes his first Speed Bus of the race. But he's still way behind in the competition. Right now, Chris Schneider is leading Antonio Bennett towards the home stretch after passing the waterfall. Jason Hill can still survive if he has enough flying power to win this one. But right now, Antonio Bennett will get his second Speed Bus. I think his team is going to be happy with the result. Yep, Jason Hill is not a good flyer. It looks like the Classic Go-Getters are going to take the first step towards the 2019 Tag Team Championship Dreams this season. As number 7 will get a Speed Bus for this race. Looks like Jason Hill won't have enough distance to catch up to Iron Man and the Classic Go-Getters in time. The Classic Go-Getters prevail over Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick. As number 7 will get back to that Speed Bus. He was way behind for a while, but now he is leaving number 2 in the dust. Poor number 2 is getting all alone in last place behind the pack. So after failing to make the playoffs last season, the Go-Getters shot the track towards a 2019 playoff bid. That's right, let's hope they will finally win a Tag Team Championship in the early run. I'm sure they're going to do pretty well. Coming up, we got more inside match for you, but first have a look at this. And now a rematch from the 2015 Championship title. That's right, featuring the Days Millers, Tommy and Kenny, against the Miller Trainers, Howard and Dave Miller. This is the 8th time they're having a rematch for this current rivalry series. It's happened 7 times before, and this is number 8 for the rematch series. So let's hope for the very best. Best of luck to these two teams, and let's rock this place! Alright, so rematch number 8 of our current rivalry as the two teams make their way towards the river path. And look at these fans, they're happy now seeing a Chao Racing each and every day. And right now, Tommy Nays is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Right now, the other 3 Chao are going to eat food, and it looks like Howard Miller is dancing to the beat, and Dave Miller is going to rest. That means Kenny Nays will have full control of the lead for the Days Brothers for the moment. And who will get the winning toss as number 7 pauses for more? It's Howard Miller and the Miller Traders who will get the winning toss this time around. And it looks like Dave Miller's going to be heading for the water, trying to gain some ground. And right now, number 7 is going to rest, so he's expected to drop down to last place over the HL Weather Bridges. As Tommy Nays will get Speed Bus number 2 in this race for the Days Brothers. Dave Miller has reached the other side on the water, and now he is making way towards the hill. He currently has the lead over his partner, Hal Miller, who is battling with number 2 for 2nd place. Yep. Damo sure having a good time so far. As we head back into Big Cherry himself. Tommy Days now leading Kenny Days for 3rd place at the Cameron. And right now, numbers 1, 7 on battery for July as we pass the 1 minute mark. Number 8 taunts from 1, so he's expected to join these 2 Chao for July. One of them has to get an extra experience, and that experience will be made by number 1. And right now, back with fun, Dave Miller is trying to defend the lead over his partner Hal Miller and Tommy Days and the Days Brothers. Dave Miller's making his way towards the checker path. As number 2 will get a turn now, trying desperately to get back in this one. Dave Miller is the first to approach the wall. Can Tommy Days make a miracle statement in the only one? Or will the military survive this rematch series? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to Kenny Days of the Days Brothers. He wants to catch up with Hal Miller and Tommy Days in a hurry. And right now the 4th to Chao are making their way towards the wall now. These 4 Chao battling for dear life. Number 2 seems like he currently leads at the Cameron. By the way, looks at it. And who got the next one? It's back to Hal Miller. That makes his 2nd speed bus on the base. Do you think his team will get the win this week? We'll soon find out. Dave Miller makes his way towards the home stretch, the Ruby portion of the Emerald course. And as Kenny Days takes his 2nd speed bus on the base, it looks like Dave Miller is going to lead Hal Miller towards an easy victory. They're going to finish 1 and 2 respectively. As number 2 takes his 2nd speed bus on the base, the military will lay out over the Days Brothers for this round. So the military begin their quest for a 2019 tag team title, and they are smiling today. And right now, number 1, who is getting left behind the competition, will get his 2nd speed bus place. That is just enough to make the pass for Kenny Days for dear life, as he makes his way for last place. Okay, so the military has won this round, but let's find out how the rest of the season will fare for those 2 teams. That's right, congratulations to the military on a job well done. They done pretty well. Back in the bit, do not go away! Now for our rematch of the 3rd place playoff. That's right, featuring Kyle Leachman and Bobby Kay against the 2017 champions out here, Junior Christopher Argos. That's what we have for race number 11. They're all prepped up and ready for another exciting season, and the fans are sure excited too. And in the next race, we will have that famous rivalry, the first rematch of the regular season for our famed rivalries, Vince Daysen Glen Murray and Donald Mannings and Luke Green from this past year's Tag Team Championship. That's coming up in the next race, but right now, please start this race! Okay, there goes Kyle Leachman, Bobby Kay, Alvin Jr., and Chris Monagos. They're all making their way towards the par threes. That is what we always start with each and every race here on the famous Emerald course on a Chao Racing track arena. And right now the 4 Chao gonna need the fruit. And it looks like Kyle Leachman will have control of the lead up in the front. That's going to be followed by Alvin Jr. battling with number 2 for 2nd place. And who got the winning toss? It's going to be Chris Monagos. He is one member of our 2017 Tag Team Champions when they beat out the undefeated License of Destiny. Now they're going for the 2nd time in the last 3 years, by the way he looks at it. And right now number 8 is getting left behind the competition. And as Bobby K takes PBS number 2, look over the horizon, and guess who took a shortcut? It's Alvin Jr., the famous son of the License to Drive. He is going to lead Chris Monagos towards the lead at the current moment, as he makes his way towards the checker path and into the sapphire portion of the course. Well, anyway, Bobby K will get back-to-back speeders. Well, his team better hurry up if he wants to make a miracle comeback in a hurry. Oh, and down goes number 8 all the way in the back. That's going to cause us serious damage. And right now he's getting up behind with number 7. Which one will get the next command speeders? It's number 7 as we pass the 1 minute mark. Alvin Jr. has reached the shortcut over the top of the hill, and now he has a commanding lead over Kyle Leachman, who's in second place at the Cam 1. I think his team is going to win for sure. Next PS belongs to the Bobby Mina, Bobby K. That makes his first Speedbus in the race, but I think he's going to have to wait until next month to win a tag team month. Well, there's always the rest of the season. Take a look at the force to a Chao up in the back. And who got the next one? It's back to Chris Knuckles. That makes his second Speedbus race. I think he's going to put on a smile for this month, because Al here Jr. has no opponents to worry about. He is safely ahead of Kyle Richmond. Now he is flying to the home stretch, trying to maintain a huge lead, as Bobby K will get another turn. That makes his fourth Speedbus of the race. But this race is all about the 2017 champs, Al here Jr. and Chris Knuckles, as they make their way towards the end of the finish line. And there you have it. Alien Jr. and Chris Knuckles win the first rematch from the past year's third place playoff. They're on the roll to a second time in the last 3 years as number 1. We'll get another turn against Speedbus for this race, and I do believe that it's going to do it. Kyle Richmond will come in second, followed by Chris Knuckles in third, and Bobby K in fourth place. So it's the 2017 Tag Team Champions who won this round, but who knows what will strike next. That's right, the main event is just moments away, but first let's hear one from this. And now the big rivalry of the 2018 season of Chao Racing USA. That's right, for Week 3's main event here in Louisville, Kentucky, we have our defending Tag Team Champions, Vince Daysen Glen Murray, against the defending runner-ups, Donald Reddings and Luke Green. So we have the two main rivals, Glen Murray and current world champion Donald Reddings. And it's a rematch, the first part of the rematch series from this past year's Tag Team Championship. This one's going to feature the Gordon Chao again, so let's hope for the very best in the OA1. Good luck to the two teams on an amazing rivalry towards the quest for the 2019 Tag Team Championship. Let's have a challenge! Alright, so Week 3's main event is presented this week by McDonald's Restaurants. Whether you order a Big Mac or just order the kids a Happy Meal, always visit your local McDonald's and make your kids say, "I'm loving it." The rivalry started in September last year, and it was an exciting one to remember ever since then. In fact, the Tag Team Championship was so exciting that these ones wanted to see a sequel. Well, maybe so. But I know we're definitely going to have a rematch this week. And who is heading for the water? It looks like Donald Reddings going to be heading for the water, as number 7 will start the Speedbus for this week's main event. And a couple of upper Gordon Chao are making their way towards the water as well. And poor number 2 failed to make the shortcut. Now he has a lot to catch up to. But number 1 did pretty well. As Speedbus number 2 in the main event, we may by Vince Daysen. He is one half of our defending Tag Team Champions. Our current world champion, Donald Reddings, sits in the lead ahead of his rival Glen Murray, the other half of our Tag Team Champions, and his partner Luke Green. Well, anyway, who got the next Speedbus? It's number 8, that's Sue. And right now, number 2 is getting all low in last place as we pass the 1 minute mark. Poor Vince Daysen, it seems like he's also left behind of the others in a hurry. But who really got the next command Speedbus? It's Luke Green, Atsu. His team was shocked to lose to Vince Daysen and Glen Murray in the Tag Team Championship earlier this month. But now they're seeking revenge in this race, first part of this rivalry saga. Right now, Glen Murray's catching up to Donald Reddings, and we'll soon know which one will have the urge to get the victory this week. Next Speedbus belongs to Vince Daysen. That makes his second Speedbus in the race. Poor number 2 still really needs to get a lot of Speedbus. He's going to need a couple of Speedbus if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. But I think that's all he's going to get for the rest of the race. Yep. Donald Reddings back up in front is the first to approach home stretch, with his rival Glen Murray battling with number 8 for second place at the Cam 1. And there goes Donald Reddings, trying to wrap up his race with a victory. as Vince Daysen will get a first speed bump on his face, and let's see what Glen Murray had. It looks like he decided to give plenty of room to Donald Manning's head back. So Donald Manning's Luke Green are taking the first step towards the revenge season this year, and Donald Manning's is there. Donald Manning's and Luke Green beat out Vince Daysen and Glen Murray for this round. But who knows what it's like next? That's number 7. We'll get his second speed bump of the race, and point number 2 can just forget about this race. As the week comes to a close. Alright, so after they were beaten by the tag team champions earlier this month, Donald Manning's Luke Green take the first step towards the redemption for 2019 title. That's right, and we're going to close our show after we hear word from this. So that's just about it this week. But right now we're going to give a final shout out to the U.S. Women's Hockey Team. They won the gold against Canada in the 2018 Olympics. Give us all the hand, everybody. They've done pretty well. That's all the time we have for week 3 this week. Congratulations to Donald Manning's Luke Green on winning the main event this week. And thanks to everyone who's participating in Louisville, Kentucky in the attendance. We'll be right back for week 4's action, including the announcement of the 4 participants for the March qualifying section. Until then, it's Spanish Hank signing off. Keep on smiling and so long, everybody. Go USA! This is Paul Second signing off. Join us again for more exciting action here on Chao Racing 2018. See you next week.